Hello, my name is Kimberly Redding, and I'm working on my secondary level informal assessment video. This is for my master's level class at Arkansas State University. The student I'm working with is Chris Elvins, and we did a reading assessment with him, started with phonological awareness assessment and moved on to reading comprehension, and this reading comprehension also involved vocabulary words, so I was able to assess whether or not he was familiar with certain vocabulary words within the text. The phonological awareness assessment covers 19 categories. It worked its way down to 16 sections. I found this online. It was a simple version of a phonological assessment. That's one of the things that we've been working on in our reading intervention classes. Chris is enrolled in one of our reading intervention classes, and I don't know what level he's on. He's not with me, but I do know that these are some skills that they have addressed to focus on. The first skill is counting words in a spoken sentence. He did all of those, 6 out of 6. Rhyme production was the next section. What rhymes with blank? So it gives words like take, pig, hill, right, nice, and male. He gave a rhyming word for 4 out of 6 of those. The last 2, he couldn't come up with one quickly. The next section was single syllable onset rhyme segmenting. He missed 1 out of that. The onset and rhyme was club, and he couldn't come up with the CL as the onset. Syllable segmenting and counting, he missed 1, so he got 5 out of 6. Rhyme recognition, he was able to get all of those. Single syllable onset rhyme blending, all of those, 6 out of 6. Syllable blending and pronouncing, he got 6 out of 6. And phenom alliteration and discrimination, he got a 6 out of 6. On the back side of this assessment, we have phenom isolation of initial sounds, phenom isolation of final sounds, and phenom isolation of medial sounds. He did okay on the initial and final sounds, but he missed 1 on the medial sounds. The next section was phenom blending. He got a 6 out of 6. Phenom segmenting, he missed 3 on this one. There were a couple of words that gave him some trouble, so we'll continue to work on that. Phenom addition, phenom substitution, and phenom deletion. The addition and substitution were okay, but the deletion, he wasn't sure what we were doing at the beginning, so he missed the 2 initial words. We added a reading fluency comprehension as part of this assessment. I found some leveled reading texts online. They were already leveled, so I thought that would be pretty easy to measure. The first one that I used was a level H through K, which put him at a first 1.2 grade level. He does struggle with reading. He's always struggled with reading, so I wanted to go at least 2 grade levels below where I thought he might be. He was able to read this text with only 3 errors, but he self-corrected. He was able to identify the vocabulary words that were highlighted within the text as well. The next section was level L through P. It put him around a 2nd to 3rd grade level. He had 5 errors. He was able to identify the vocabulary words and tell me what they were. He was able to tell me that the story was about a boy who wanted a pet, and he had wanted it for a long time. He named the pet Bob. He turned around and the pet was gone, and he started getting nervous and excited, and he looked for Bob everywhere. He decided that the best way to find his gerbil would be to give him carrots. He also told me that while he was looking for him, he had looked under the bed but couldn't find him, and then when the carrots were out, he was able to find him. The next leveled reading would put him up to grade 4 and 5. He attempted to read that, but he had 9 errors, so we stopped. I think that this was a good assessment for my student. He has reading comprehension problems, but he was able to give me some comprehensive information about the text that he read. He was able to understand the vocabulary words, so that told me that he had academic vocabulary. On the phonological assessment, it gave him 6 opportunities to practice in each section, and I think that was a good assessment for him as well. It's small, easy to manage for an informal assessment, and I think he still has some room to grow, but he did quite well.